Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Susan Isent and this is my first sewing tutorial video. So today I'll be teaching us on how to cut and sew this trendy BUBU with Ankara and Aso-oke. So if this sounds like what you are interested in learning, please stay tuned while we dive into the tutorial. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. To make the stylish bubu, you'll be needing about 3.5 yards of fabric or 4 depending on your length. This particular bubu, the client wanted to be very smart, so I took her body measurements, so I'm working with that. So we're also making use of our shoke. As you can see, this is the things you'll be needing. Also need a cover button. So I've gone ahead and folded my fabric into 4. Look at it, it's folded into 4. Make sure you fold your fabric into 4. We'll just go ahead and take our shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement is 15 divided by 2, that's 7.5. And from there you take our length measurement. Take your length measurement, that's 15, 15, and mark. From there take our bust point. Our bust point is 10, working with that. So she actually told me she doesn't want it to be too big, so I took around body measurement, biggest part of her body. So you also come down to the sleeve opening and measure our body measurement. So I'm actually working with the sleeve opening of 10 inches. 10 inches, that's 20 divided by 2, that's 10. Go ahead and rule a line just to indicate. From your shoulder, just go in at the slip opening end, go in by 1 inch, then connect it to meet the shoulder, so it will give your sleeve a very nice shape. Go ahead and do that. So I took a body measurement and it was 46 inches, so 46 divided by 2, that's 12.5, and I make 12.5, and from 12.5 I added about 1 inch allowance. I'm still going to add another half inch for stitching allowance. That 12.5 inches plus the 1 inch allowance, I took it straight down. Take it straight down. It's not supposed to have a shape, it's a boo, it's supposed to be free. So you just mark, just make a dot and mark it. Yes, this length is actually she's tall, so it's about 63 inches. So just mark till you get to your length, desired length. So my client is tall, so our length is 63. So I'm just trying to make sure I get a straight line from our bust down to our hip and to the hem line. So go ahead and do same. Yeah. Mind you, if you want your bubble to be very free, you can actually use your hip measurement or the biggest part of your body. Some people, their biggest part is not their hip, might be their breast. So just take that biggest part and then add about 3 to 5 inches, depending on how you want it to be. Yeah, depending on how free you want it to be. But this particular one is smart. So just take your round measurement of how you want it to be, or if it's for a client, if you're making for someone, just take the person's round measurement and divide it. As you're taking the measurement, be asking them, is this okay? Is this how you want it? Is it okay? And that is it. Yeah, so I'm just using my ruler to mark so I can get a straight line using my ruler to mark. Go ahead and do same. Just going ahead to bring it up. Go ahead and bring it up. As you can see, I'm just trying to arrange everything so it will align. Just trying to align everything. So now I'm done. I'm sure. Okay. From here, from the armhole area, go up by 1 inch and connect from the slip opening down to the bust to give a smooth curve over there. Yes, go ahead and do same and blend it very well so it will not, there will be no sharp edges. So let's work on the neck region. So this particular neck, I'm using 3.5 for neck width, 3.5 for neck width, and then 1.5 for the back neckline. Yes, I'm using 3 inches, 3.5 inches, and then 1.5 for the back neck depth. Just go ahead and curve. Yes, go ahead and curve. Then we can now reassure everything is aligned so that one part won't be bigger than other. So go ahead now and measure the front neckline. For the front depth, I actually use 8 inches, 8 inches. because she doesn't really want it to go that deep. This is how she wants it. You can measure from your shoulder to your client anywhere she wants it to stop. Just measure it. If it's on your body, measure from your shoulder to any length you want it to stop. So the front neckline is going to be V line. So from this, the back width and the front width are the same. So I'm just going to, from here, just connect it to the 8 inches neck depth of the front. That's a V neckline. Yes, so we are going to cut it off now, but when you're cutting, make sure you cut the back neckline first. Do not do mistake to cut the V neckline. Cut from the back first, so we can actually separate the front from the back and then work on the front neckline. So go ahead and cut. Go ahead and cut. The length is actually long, so I'm just confirming my length. Go ahead and confirm your length. Okay, so we now have a perfect length plus aiming allowance. Do not forget to add aiming allowance. So I added about 4 inches for stitching allowance because I actually want the down part to be airy. The fabric is actually light, so adding about 1.5 inch in and then sewing it again would make it to be a little bit airy. So from my shoulder measurement, I'll just take about 18 inches, from the shoulder measurement for pockets. So from there, I'll take about 7 inches down and notch. So it will be easy for me to know that yes, this is where I'm adding my pocket. So that's it. So we're just going to go ahead and separate the front from the back so we can actually work on the front bodice. I'm just going ahead to confirm my slip length. And then from there, I'll confirm my front neck depth 8. Then from front neck depth, we are going to be taking about 2 inches, or 2 inches. So just go ahead and take about 2 inches to meet your 8 inches or whatever you use as your opening. It all depends. You can use 11, you can use 10. So I'm just okay, just making sure I have a notch at the back and making sure everything is aligned. So go ahead and cut off the 2 inches. Cut off the 2 inches. Take your time and cut it off. So you make sure it's straight so it will not give you issues while you're sewing it. This dress is actually for a client, it's not for me. So I'm actually working with a specification. Okay, go ahead and cut. Yeah, just take your time and cut it to meet with the shoulder line. Cut it to meet with the shoulder line. And that is it. It's as simple as that. So right now I've gone ahead to cut this Aso-oke. I've added paper stay to it. So this is how the Aso-oke came. Although I joined some parts because I had pieces. So from the notch back neckline, measure to get to your full length. From the back, measure to get to your full length and times it by 2. That's how you know exactly what you're going to be working with, exactly the Aso-oke you should be working with. Then you add your sewing allowance to it. So that is how I got this mine. So I'm just going to go ahead and place it. I'm going to arrange it and make sure it aligns and they are the same. I'm trying to get the midpoint. Okay, so from the back that you notch, you're going to measure it to your front neckline. Yes, just from this particular notch, measure it to your front neckline. Or what you will do is from where you notch, measure it to the shoulder line, that's the midpoint of the shoulder, to get the back width, the back length. Then from there you measure from the front to 8 inches. Look at it. Let's go again. 4.5 to my shoulder. From my back to the shoulder is 4.5. 4.5 plus 8 plus 8, that's 12.5. So 12.5 measure it 4.5 plus 4. From there you measure 8 inches, 8 inches, 8 inches plus 4.5, that's 12.5. That's 8, 9, 10, that's 12.5. So we are going to take it here, 12.5. So we're taking 12 and a half, and from that 12 and a half, from 12 and a half, you take your measurements on how you want the slit to start from. You can measure your client, ask them, is the opening okay for you? Or you can measure yourself if you're making for yourself, or you can just mark 18 inches from your full length upward and mark. That will serve as your sleeve. So we are going to go ahead to stitch from the 12 inches to your slit with a straight. You can mark it straight line. You're stitching the middle part. The middle part. Yes, so I've gone ahead to stitch. Yes, I've stitched the 12 inches to the slit, leaving about 18 inches for the slit. So now you're going to go ahead to give it a good press, iron it very well so it will just slip flat. When you're done stitching it, you can see the color is already coming out. Yes, I'm just trying to make sure it's aligned before I'll go over to iron it and arrange it very well. So our collar is ready, our neckline is ready. Going to arrange it and give it a good press. So after that, I'm going to just attach it to the main bodice. So from the midpoint of the neckline of the collar and to the notch point, just stitch it round. After I was done doing that, this is it. After I was done, finish stitching round everywhere. Stitch. After stitching on the right side, come again and stitch from this other side. Do not try to start from the down part. So I've gone ahead to cut this 2 inches band. That's for the sleeve. Gone ahead to cut it, and I've gone ahead to iron it with pepper stay. So I'm just going to use it. I'll sew it from the wrong side of the sleeve. Go to my machine and sew it, and then turn it to the front side and stitch. So I'm just stitching it. So I'll just use Amy gum to hold it. If you don't have Amy gum, you can actually stop stitch it. Just stop stitch it. That you stop stitch from behind. It will not be showing up. So that is it. After I was done ironing with Amy gum, this is how it looks like. I'll do same for the other sleeve. Then I'm going to stop stitch it. I've gonna I to attach the pocket. I'm just going to stitch it with ½ inch from the sleeve to the hem line. Then I'm going to fold the hem line, then I'll iron it. I've gone ahead to iron it and I've put it on a mannequin. So it's time to attach the cover button. So this cover button, you can actually get it from where you buy tailoring things. That's where I got my own. Just take your fabric and they help you cover it. So it's actually six. So I attach it one by one. So I gave spacing of 3 inches each, and that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this tutorial was helpful. See you in my next tutorials, and please subscribe, like and share. Thank you.